morning, everyone. Highlander58 on the AT. The rides are right up ahead of me here. It's April the 10th, and we are back on the trail. We had a wonderful weekend of R&R, hosted by our new friend and trail angel, Karen. I can't say thank you enough, Karen, for your hospitality. I had a good time. Got to do some shopping at an outfitter. I actually got some new shoes and a new sleeping bag, and I'll talk about that later. She did a shakedown of my pack. As I mentioned, she's an experienced hiker, and she actually reduced my weight by her suggestions, and me complying with her suggestions by about 4.5 pounds. And I'm so grateful. I thought I was Johnny on the spot with my weight, but she's good. And she was down to even saying, you don't need this stuff sack, you don't need that stuff sack, stuff everything in one stuff sack or put it in your sleeping bag, and it made sense. I actually had enough room to put my tent inside my pack now, and before I packed my tent in the mesh pocket behind it. So this morning we got up. Karen made us a nice hiker breakfast, a lot of protein, a lot of carbs, a lot of calories, and we drove back to Carver's Gap. Got there about 10 o'clock, and Karen hiked up about a mile with us, and we said our farewells, and we just now came all the way up Hump Mountain, and now we're going down Hump Mountain, and it was quite a climb. Had a little technical difficulty that last clip. Had to cross a cattle gate and snagged my pack on the one of the hooks, and ended up in the mud. So anyway, we got over Hump Mountain, and we are now headed to Elk Park, North Carolina. A couple of camp spots that were pointed out to us by Trail Angel Karen. She's been in this area. There's some nice creeks here. We just topped off our water, and feeling pretty good. Got some new shoes on. They're breaking my feet in. I'm not so they're different. They're trail runners. They're lighter. I'll talk about them later. Got to keep moving, and good weather today. Cool, sunshine, perfect hiking weather. We'll end up doing about 15 miles today when we get to our destination, which is going to be a camp spot near Elk Park. Short day, but good because we just came off of zero. We're going to rest up. Leaving North Carolina for the last time, going to Tennessee. Another state down. Glad to be out in North Carolina, I hope for good. Be glad to get in Virginia, that's for sure. Okay, I will check back in with everyone as soon as I get to a camp spot, get set up, and we'll close out the day. Take care.
Well, hello everyone, Highlander58 here on the AT. As you can see, I'm in my tent, and it's the end of the day. It is April 10th, it is Sunday, and we are at the Mountain Harbor Bed and Breakfast Hostel. It is right across the North Carolina-Tennessee border, and right off a highway too, you can hear that. We did about 15 miles today. We got in here about 5 o'clock, and we decided to tent here rather than tent on the trailhead. And the reason is because they offer a buffet breakfast here. One of the followers, fine people out there, recommended the breakfast here as one of the best on the trail, so we're going to give it a try. It's $12 to tent, and I think $10 for the breakfast, and it's all you can eat. They start serving at 8 o'clock, so we're going to call it a night. We had a pretty good day. It was tough though because in the last couple of days it snowed a lot, and when we got dropped off by Karen, our new trail angel, about 10 o'clock at Carver's Gap. Once we got going, we noticed that there was a lot of snow, a lot of ice, a lot of slush, and a lot of mud. And it was very difficult to navigate the trail due to the conditions. There was a lot of slipping and sliding. And I had a new pair of shoes on, some Solomon Trail runners I purchased. This pair actually fit me, because the last pair I had when I started the hike didn't fit, and I gave them away. I just gave them to somebody who could use them. And these are nice, but my feet are getting used to a whole new type of shoe, so they're sore right now. I also got a new sleeping bag. It's a 32-degree. I think it's Mountain Hardware, and I like it. It's lighter. This is very warm with my cocoon in it, and very lightweight. So we'll be back on the trail right around 9 o'clock in the morning. Scheduled to do another 16 miles tomorrow, and our plans are to be in Damascus, Virginia. I'm thinking Friday morning at the latest, Thursday late or Friday morning, and I'm excited about that. That's a big milestone to get into Damascus, and looking forward to doing that. Other than that, it was a pretty decent day. The weather wasn't bad. It was sunny and cool. Tomorrow's supposed to be the same, but Tuesday it's gonna rain. It's supposed to rain all day, so we're kind of contemplating on what we're gonna do as far as distance and options to get out of the weather if we have to. I'm sore. My feet are sore, and my knees are sore because the downhill today was difficult because of the mud. There's a lot of mud. I mean, mud everywhere. So Hump Mountain was awesome. I mean, it's a heck of a climb, and there's a lot of false summits where you think you reached the top, you haven't, and you go, oh, So it's kind of a psychological, mind screw, because you think you're done and you're not. So I just keep looking down. I just say, okay, I'm not even gonna bother. I'll get to the top when I get to the top. But it was a real nice, hike as far as the beauty, and it's just a bald. It's just like a bald mountain. There's just grass up there. I think it was an old pasture or something, but very beautiful. We enjoyed it, but a beat. So anyway, time for bed. Call it a day. We're one day closer to getting to Maine, so I'll say good night, and I'll pick this back up tomorrow. Okay, take care, and thank you.
Well, good morning, everyone. Highlander58 on the AT. It's Monday, the 11th of April, and we're at the Mountain Harbor Bed and Breakfast Hostel, right at the border of Tennessee and North Carolina. Other than the noise from the highway, we had a great night's sleep right there on the creek. Weather was much warmer. Sleeping bag was perfect. Slept pretty well, and we're now ready to get back on the trail, which is only 3/10 of a mile from here. One of my followers suggested that we not miss this place for the best breakfast on the AT, and I have to say, after indulging ourselves on that breakfast, this subscriber was 100% correct. Awesome breakfast, awesome service, beautiful home. A home that was probably built back in the 1800s. It's owned by Shannon and her husband. They run the place, and nice people, hiker friendly. This place is awesome. It's got a bunkhouse, it's got a tree house, it's got 2 rooms inside you can rent. All you can eat buffet, I think, is $12. Tent camping's $10, and that includes a shower. They have laundry facilities here, a general store. You can't beat it. I am stuffed. Riser is stuffed. We had a good night's sleep. We're ready to head north toward Damascus. Had a little rain last night, but we're expecting a great day. Will be rain tomorrow, and hopefully we'll be in a shelter or near a shelter where we can get out of the weather if it turns really bad. So, welcome to a new day on the AT.
Nomad, we're here at Mountaineer Falls.
Nomad the crazy.
We're hiker back at about, holy macaroni! Woo! Woo! Damn it!
Don't slip. Be careful. Be careful.
No drawing to it.
Stay low. Gotta get low. There you go. How was it, Nomad?
That is cold, but it feels good.
There you go, folks. An AT bath.
Dog almost looks like smoke coming out of a fireplace. There is.
Hey everybody, Highlander58 on the AT with Riser. We are enjoying a late day sun. It's so warm right now, and we can see blue sky. It hasn't been that way all day. We've been hiking in the rain, and we are now at Black Bear Resort off, I think, Dennis Cove Road in Tennessee. It's Tuesday, April 12th, and we've slowed down a bit due to weather, and I kind of got to go back a couple of days to bring you up to speed. It's been impossible to film anything because, again, of the weather. It's we went from snow and sleet and mud to rain, and last night we weren't sure where we were going to go. We were tired. We were getting cold. It was forecast to rain, and it did. And we were coming down the trail, and we saw this bench. It's just a bench. It's a metal bench with wooden slats, and I've seen it on several of the videos. And we sat there like everybody else does, and we looked at each other and said, well, what are we going to do? Are we going to hike to the next shelter, or do you want to get out of this rain? Because it's going to be cold tonight and wet. So we walked down to this, I'm using notes here, so bear with me. We walked down to this Upper Laurel Fork, and it's a footbridge right past the bench, about maybe 100 yards north. And if you look down, there's a piece of blue tape shaped like an arrow pointing to the left. And you'll see some blue blazes on the trees. Go 3/10 of a mile, and you're going to end up in a hostel in the middle of nowhere. Very rustic. It reminded me of Standing Bear Hostel, and it's called Vango Abbey Memorial Hostel, and it's run by a guy named Scotty, who's a really nice guy. Hey, he's just very laid back, kind of like Lumpy at the Standing Bear, but not quite as, quite as laid back. So we walk up there and we say we're looking for a place to stay, and he goes, well, I have free tenting, and for $10 you can stay in the bunkhouse, and that includes a shower. But he says, are you going to use the heat? We said, no, we've got sleeping bags. We're fine. It's going to be okay. It's going to rain. He goes, well, if you don't use the heat, I'll give you a $5 credit toward food. Okay. So we took him up on that offer. So we got a bunk, a shower, and a pizza for $10 each. I mean, best deal in town. Best deal on the trail, I think. So he doesn't have a lot of hiker food, but he has pizzas and ice cream and, you know, snack food. There's an oven in the bunkhouse. There's a microwave. There's a shower. There's privies. There's 2 privies. There's no indoor toilets, so you have composting privies. I gave him a donation because I felt bad. I felt guilty. He's like, man, this should be costing us more. So I gave him a donation, and he accepted it. There's no alcohol, no drugs, and no weapons allowed on the property, and he makes it very plain that he will not tolerate that. You sign a release. But it was a warm, we used the actual warmth from the oven while we were cooking our pizzas, and it warmed up the bunkhouse very well. And it rained. It rained a good part of the night and into the morning. But we decided to take a chance and head out the next morning about 9 o'clock. And we hiked about 14 miles to Dennis Cove Road. Now you have 2 options at Dennis Cove Road. If you go to the left, you can go to one hostel, which is very, very popular. And the name escapes me right now. That's run by Bob Peoples. It's his hostel. And if you go to the right, you go to Black Bear Resort, which we decided to do. This was kind of Riser's call. We kind of swap off picking places to go. So Riser chose this place, and what a deal. We have a fellow hiker named Nomad with us. He's been with us off and on the entire trip. And we got a cabin with 4 bunks, a microwave, a refrigerator, a heater, beautiful view. We got a fire pit. We're on a creek. You know, it was like $22 a person. We split it 4 ways, 3 ways, but we may have a fourth. We may have a fourth person joining us later. We're not sure. So you go in, you put your credit card down, and you can order. You have a tab. You know, we got beer, we got pizza, we got hamburgers. They're taking a run right now to McDonald's. We're going to load up on some hamburgers. And I mean, this place is awesome. I'm going to show you some footage here in a little while, but we're slowing down because we've been busting our butts hitting these high mileage days, and Raj and I both agreed that we just need to slow down and just stop and take it all in. And we're wet. Everything we had on was soaking wet. So we have a laundry. We're doing our laundry. It's $4.50 for wash and dry. And we had some beer. We had some food. I had a sub. And it's great here. So I recommend the Black Bear Resort. It's not bad. They have a bunkhouse, and I think it's $20 a night. But for $2 more a person, you can split a cabin, and that cabin's right there behind me. So we just did like 13 yesterday, 13 today, and we're gonna do tomorrow. The weather's supposed to be nice. The rain is past, as you can see. Up here, the sun is shining, and I'm warming up. I feel great. And we're gonna probably turn on the miles again tomorrow, maybe do 15, 16, and just get on into Damascus. And that's a big, big milestone for us. My gear is holding out great, and I'm doing good. I got rejuvenated last night, and today the hike here was easy, very little ups and downs. It was a beautiful hike. Last couple days we've seen waterfalls and some really picturesque scenery, which I photographed and I will be putting on this video. But I highly recommend, of course I highly recommend the Mountain Harbor for the buffet breakfast, and I recommend Black Bear Resort. I mean, this place is awesome. It really is. And my new shoes are holding up, and they're drying somewhere. I don't know where, but I'll do a review on those. I love them. I mean, it took about a day for my feet to get used to the change. And man, I feel like I'm floating now compared to those heavy boots. And I like my Merrells, but these are so much better. Great investment. You gotta have good shoes on the trail. It's just, gotta have them. And my sleeping bag, love it. So far, it's getting warmer, so I don't need a 20-degree bag. This is a 32-degree bag, and I was toasty warm in it. when I camped it at either night. Really good. So yeah, we're kind of spoiling ourselves on these hostels and these 0 days, but you know, if you can, do it. You know, if you can't, that's cool, but we're just having a good time now. We're just really enjoying it. We're kicking back and enjoying it. Those 21-mile days are killer, but we had a reason to do them, and we did them, and now we realize we don't need to go that fast here on the AT. So anyway, I'm gonna go check my laundry, and I'm gonna go get a beer, and I'm gonna have a little cigar, and I'm gonna sit here on the porch and stay warm. Good morning, everyone. Highlander58 on the AT with Riser, and today is Wednesday, April 13th, and we are just now leaving the Black Bear Resort. It's about 9 o'clock. Had a great evening, relaxed, had a couple beers, got our laundry done. Now we're heading back to the trailhead, and we're going to try to do about 14 miles today, 15 miles. Gonna meet up at Watuga Dam and try to be in Damascus by Saturday morning sometime. It's a perfect day to hike. It's very cool, not a cloud in the sky, got the sun on our backs, and we're rested up. Gonna start enjoying more of the sights on the trail. Looking forward to some more waterfalls and some places of interest, and we're feeling good. We'll check back in a little bit down the trail, and we both highly recommend Black Bear Resort. If you want to walk a half a mile off the trail, it's worth it. So anyway, we're having a great morning. We're just like sightseeing and taking this all in because, you know, there's a chance we may never be here again. And life's about memories. Good and bad, but right now we're having a lot of good ones. And those are the ones you want to take with you, to share, and think about as you're, yeah, got somebody camping across the river here, man. I'll tell you what, if it was later in the day, we would be camping right here because there's camp spots all along this river coming up out of that gorge there with that beautiful waterfall. You wish you could just sit there all day, but then like I said before, we'd never get to Maine, and that wouldn't be such a bad thing, I guess, but that is our goal. So one foot in front of the other. I'll try to share more of this with you. It's words can't describe the beauty here and the feeling of euphoria you get. You can't help but relax and to have a good time. So right now we're just walking right alongside this river, have been for like the last 30 minutes. It's beautiful. Hey everybody, Highlander58 on the AT. It's Wednesday, April the 13th. Just checking in. It's about 1:15, and we are approaching Watauga Dam, Watauga Lake. We're going to stop there for lunch and see how much further we want to go today. There's a shelter down by the dam that we've been advised to not stay in due to bear activity. So we're going to think about our options. So, well, we're almost there. I'll check back in as soon as we get there and show you some of the beauty of the Watauga Lake and the dam. Hey everybody, Highlander58 on the AT. We just made it to Watauga Lake, and we are just enjoying the cool breeze and the warm sun. Ran into a few fellow hikers, Journeyman and Magellan and his son. And we just found out that NASCAR has a big race in Bristol this weekend. So there is little or no rooms available in Damascus of any kind. So a bit disappointing, but we're going to try to tent camp at maybe one of the churches, or there's a baseball field that somebody just reminded me that is available, possibly. So we are just chilling and enjoying the weather. We're going to go ahead and hike around the lake, cross the dam. It's beautiful here. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. I wouldn't swim in this lake yet, but it's tempting. All right, I'll check back with you soon. Take care. Have a great day. Hey everybody, Highlander58 on the AT with Riser. Right behind me, she's taking a lot of pictures. We're just crossing the Watauga Dam. It's about 3:45 on the 13th of April. So we're trying to find a camp spot. We're going to try to make it a short day. We've got about 12 miles in right now. So looking for a camp spot with Nomad up there. He's with us today. The crazy Nomad. Anyway, when we find a place, I will check back in and give you an update. Beautiful, beautiful day. Hey everybody, Highlander58 on the AT with Riser, and our guest star today is Nomad, and he's been with us off and on, leapfrogging us for about a month and a half, since the beginning basically. So anyway, it's about 4:30, and we decided to stop and find a camp spot right off of the Watauga Dam. So that's the grade right there up to the Watauga Dam, and we found a water spot, nice little stream just around the bend down there, so we have water. It's a cool breeze. I'm actually wearing my camp shoes for the first time without freezing. Probably won't have a fire tonight. We're gonna have to hang our bear bags. There's been bear activity in the area, and we did see like 4 piles of bear crap near a camp spot back there, so we opted not to stay there. And there has been some activity in the area, so we're going to be very cautious. And we actually found a place to hang our bear bags about 200 yards from here, so we're going to keep the food way away from the camp tonight. So we're kind of in a valley here. I'll kind of try to give you a shot of what's surrounding us. Big rock cliff up there. You see, we didn't camp over there because there's rocks falling. So it's another day. It was about only about 12 miles today, but a lot of stops to enjoy the beauty along the way. So we're going to huff it tomorrow and try to get 15, 16, and still make it into Damascus, you know, on the weekend. We don't know what to expect when we get there, do the races, but we'll deal with it, you know. We'll make the best of it, and we'll find a place to camp and where we resupply and head north. So. Good morning, everybody. Highlander58 on the AT riser. It's Thursday, April 14th, and we are at the Venter shelter on the AT northbound. We got an early start about 8:30 out of Watauga Dam area, Watauga. Sorry if I pronounce these names wrong, but you know what I'm talking about. We are going to do about a 15-mile day, I think, 14, 15. We want to try to break up the next 2 days so we can get down into Damascus by Saturday mid-morning. It's a beautiful day. It's cool. Sun's shining. I mean, it's awesome. A lot of birds out. We've been hiking along a ridge line where you can see the Watauga Lake and river the entire day. So there's a lot of marinas and islands down there and blue water. It's beautiful. So I would suggest that when you are going into Watauga Dam, you have plenty of water. There are one water source before the dam, and the AWOL guide says there's a spring before the shelter, and it's not a good spring. It's stagnant. It's almost dry. And the next water source is about 1/10 of a mile from the shelter before you get to the shelter if you're going northbound. But you got to walk down a very steep ravine, 3/10 of a mile. It's got a pipe and it's good water, and you got to hike back out. So I dump your packs there at the Blue Blaze trail before you head down. We're gonna have a little lunch, and we're gonna get back on the trail and try to make the best out of this day. So, hey everyone, Highlander58 on the AT, April 14th. It's about 1:30. When we're sitting back there having our lunch at the Venter shelter, some hikers came up who we've been hiking with, leapfrogging and camping with for a few weeks, arrived and sat down, and they told us that last night, not a mile from where we were, maybe two, there's a Watauga Lake shelter. And there's a warning in the AWOL book about bear activity. Apparently the shelter was closed a while back, last year I believe. Well, it's open this year. So we decided to pass it by, but they didn't. They stayed there last night. And on our way to Watauga Dam, we saw bear scat, about 4 piles. So we knew we didn't want to stay anywhere near that shelter or in that area. So we chose to go off of a service road just to the left of the dam as you're going northbound. So they sat down and told us that last night bears came into the shelter, at least 2. They had their bear bags hung, but the bears got them anyway. They got at least 1 bear bag, tore it up, took it with them. They tore up 2 tents trying to look for food, but there was no food in there. Bears just know to go into tents there, apparently. It's famous for bear activity, so these 2 hikers have to get new tents in Damascus. They have to resupply, so they didn't get any pictures. Obviously they were scared and startled, and it made a lot of noise through sticks and rocks, but the bears just seemed to be unconcerned about that. They took what they wanted and left. So they stayed up all night, keeping guard, kept the fire going, and we dodged that bullet, thank goodness. So I do not advise anyone to stay at that shelter. It's right near the river. There's a lot of local people that come up there. There's a lot of trash that's been left, and these bears, they got a system. They've evolved. Just FYI, I thought I'd pass it on as we approach Iron Mountain Shelter. There are bears out here, and we're on their turf. So anyway, I will check in with you guys later. Have a wonderful afternoon. Watch out for the bears. Hello everyone, Highlander58 on the AT. It's about 4:30 on the 14th of April, and I'm actually sitting inside my tent. We just got to
Iron Mountain Shelter, a nice shelter, holds about 5, a lot of camp spots. Could have stayed in the shelter, but I opted to give it up to the guys that lost their tents to the bear. They're coming in shortly, so I like tent camping anyway. It's private, and I enjoy, you know, just having a quiet meal. I'm tired, I want to eat, and I want to go to bed. And so that's what I'm going to do. I've got my tea going right now. And after I have my tea, I'm going to have a mountain house meal that I prepared some time back and haven't eaten yet. It was a good day, great day. We did about, I want to say 13, almost 14 miles. We're going to push for a little longer stretch of miles tomorrow so we can have an easy walk into Damascus on Saturday morning. We were able to get a bunk, and I'm happy about that. In fact, the guy called today, or texted today, to verify that we were coming in. And I'm looking forward to resupplying, hopefully getting a shower and uploading this video. I hope I can. I hope I have enough time and there's enough Wi-Fi in town that I can, a place that I can do it. And then we're probably not going to zero. We haven't decided yet. And if we don't, we're going to hit the trail and we're going to keep pushing north. We're going to be hitting 500 miles, I would say, by Tuesday at the latest, at very latest. Probably Monday or even Sunday. I don't know. It depends on our plans. But we're going to be hitting 500 miles right outside of Damascus, and that's great. I mean, I'm happy about that. So. Just checking my tea. My shoes are working out great, and when I get a chance in town, I'll give you a preview of those and let you know what I'm wearing now. And all my gear is doing well. Now, last night we had a really bad wind come through where we were stealth camping, and I had to set my tent pegs in basically a very rocky soil. So 2 of them came up, and I was resetting my stakes at midnight. But it was, tent held fine. It wasn't the tent, it was the stakes. I've got to get some longer stakes. I've got what I thought were good stakes, but they're not. And I'm going to change those out in town because I broke the head off 2 of them last night, pounding them with a rock in the wind. But it was an adventure, and I slept well, and we had a wonderful day on the AT hiking. Saw some great things, and you'll see them in the video. And I'll probably end the video in the morning and then pick a new one up while we're in Damascus, because this is getting very long. This is about a 26-minute video. A lot to cover. I want to share with all of you, and I thank all of you for hanging in there with me. It's getting exciting now because we're hitting the 500-mile mark. So, and Damascus was a big point for me, big milestone, big one. So, anyway, Virginia tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. Highlander58 on the AT. It's a beautiful April day. It's Friday, April 15th. Don't forget to pay your taxes. Nice evening at Iron Mountain Shelter. Got a good night's sleep, about 10 hours actually. We woke up, it was extremely cold. I had to put all my winter gear on, a lot of wind, but the sun is shining now. It's warming up, but it's still cool. And I'm on the road to Damascus. So I'm gonna try to do 16, maybe 18 miles today, put me closer. Riser's on up ahead, and we'll be staying in Damascus tonight. We haven't decided if we're going to zero yet, but we'll see how crowded it is. I'm warming up. I feel good, and looking forward to another beautiful day on the Appalachian Trail northbound. It's been a good week. A lot of cool things have happened. I'm feeling stronger every day, and I'm really starting to slow down and smell the roses, as they say. Waiting for some more flowers and plants to bloom, but I can see that spring is approaching. It's just really cold. So, middle of April, and it was probably in the 30s this morning up here. Anyway, have a wonderful weekend, and I'll chat with y'all soon. Well, I just ran into some trail volunteers. I call them trail angels too, because they're out here
keeping these trails clear and beautiful for us. Of course, I thank them for their service, and it was funny because there was a dog, 2 women and 2 men. I think they were married couples. They were in their mid to late 60s, carrying chainsaws and axes. And I mean, the lady was carrying this, one lady, she was carrying this huge chainsaw. So I had mentioned to them the bear incident at Watauga or Tortuga shelter, and it's already all over the area. The forest ranger assigned to that area responded. Trail volunteers were telling me they're probably going to close that shelter again. It's probably a good idea. They said they had 2 bears that were doing that a couple seasons ago, and apparently they're back. So just stay away from Watauga shelter. It's right off the lake, about 3 miles from the dam. You'll see it. It's small, up on a little hill. Just avoid it. Stay away from it. Keep going. Find yourself a better place to camp. Just had some real nice trail magic down there at a crossroad for a local Baptist church here in Tennessee. Thank you, folks. It's soda water and some basic supplies. And this section of the trail that I'm on right now is actually handicap compliant. That was interesting. So that's kind of nice that the AT can be enjoyed by everyone who wants to get out here and enjoy it. So I'm walking through a pasture right now. It's beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. This camera can't do it justice, nor can any words I can come up with. You just got to get out here and experience it for yourself. Flowers are blooming, and it's a great day. Hey everyone, Highlander58 on the AT. It's April 15th, Friday. I just passed Abingdon Shelter, 16 miles from Iron Mountain Shelter. It's just 3 o'clock, so I decided to hike on. It's a beautiful day. Some of the best elevations, just rolling hills. I mean, nothing great. A lot of beautiful things to stop and look at. I'm gonna go as far as I can. I got 10 miles to Damascus, and I may try. I don't know, we'll see what happens. Means I'll get there about 7:30 or 8, but may not be able to get a place to stay. That could be an issue, so maybe walking around town all night. That's okay. I'll do what I have to do. It's all about the adventure, right? Life isn't what you choose. Life is what you live. I heard that in a movie once, about hiking actually. Good morning everybody, Highlander58 on the AT. Well, we just passed the Tennessee-Virginia border. Big milestone on the trail. Goodbye Tennessee, it was beautiful. But time to move on. We camped about 6 miles out of town, out of Damascus. And today is Saturday, April 16th. Originally my goal back when I was planning this hike was to be there by April 15th. And I'll take the 16th. But we left camp about 8 o'clock this morning. And we're about 3.5 miles outside of Damascus. And we decided to book a room at a kind of a bed and breakfast place in the middle of town. Hope to get there in time to get some breakfast and relax. We probably will do a 0 there. We did 20.8 miles, I think, yesterday to get to our camp spot. So it was a long day. It was an easy day. And I'm feeling really good this morning. And we got our friend Nomad. He's gonna hike with us now for as long as he so desires. He's the guy that takes the crazy showers in waterfalls. Hey everybody, Highlander58 here. We're at the country store for ice cream.
We're gonna get
hey,
some,
whoa, wait.
Hey, this isn't your channel, dude. Get out of here.
Hey, Spielberg. No, this is, you need to sit down. This is my time.
This is my channel,
No,
man. Get out of here.
Hey, everybody, this is Spielberg.
And this is Highlander58.
Hey, how you doing? We've been leapfrogging each other for how long now?
Yeah, it's been about a month back and forth.
Yeah, so we know each other. We're both doing video vlogs on YouTube, and
so everybody should subscribe. Of my subscribers, should
no,
go over to Highlander58.
Okay, yeah, subscribe to mine, then subscribe to his. Okay, so anyway, we're gonna cut the cameras off so we can get like selfies of each other, so people know that we know each other. And this is not just some kind of a trick.
Scrolling across.
Okay, so I'm Spielberg.
Oh, and I'm Highlander58.
Anyway, we finally met up. Some of our subscribers have been talking about us and really congratulating our videos. And although we have a different format, we are doing the same thing. So thank you for subscribing
to both of us,
and supporting and encouraging us to do our thing.
Have a good one, everybody.
Later.
See you soon.